Oh, hey guys. So I'm still here. Thinking I'll make some videos, get out of the way. Let's be honest here. I don't record videos daily and weekly. I record them in bunches and then just get them done with because making videos takes a lot of energy. And I don't always have it. I just did a video about that purple seat cushion. Been wanting to do that for like 3 weeks, just haven't had the energy. I generally like this most of the time, but I'd be like, as soon as I start driving, I'd be like, I'm gonna do that video tonight after I'm done, and then I pull over, park or whatever, and I'm just tired. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. So it's like, whatever, I'll do it tomorrow, and then the cycle never ends. But have you ever wondered what COVID was like for a trucker? Especially like last January through March, January through April. Yeah. Let me give you a little bit behind the scenes of what was going on. Alright. Just on this real fast. So, at that time last year, I was driving doing dedicated Costco to Costco. So I was going from Costco, Salt Lake City, from warehouse to Costco stores, actual grocery, like the stores you'd go to, you as a regular person would go to in Denver. There'd be like 5 of them, but I'd go to one per trip. I didn't know which one, so I picked up the load. And what was it? Pretty much, cat, do you mind? Get your claws out of my sock. He randomly just reached over, the one claw just grabbed my sock and started pulling it. Then he runs over there. But, so, that was it, I want to say March, February? Yeah, let's go March. Start of March, okay? We were busy before then, but I mostly can recall, top of my head, from pretty much start of March. Things were still flowing. This is when the toilet paper, you couldn't buy toilet paper on the shelves. And let me tell you, driving, pretty much in the middle of winter, even though it's technically almost spring, but in the Rockies, especially in Colorado and Wyoming, that's the middle of winter still. There is no such thing as really spring in Wyoming. To me, being a Wyoming guy, I live in Wyoming, I'm from Wyoming. Was born there, but I lived there most of my life, over 20 years. So, there's winter and there's warm spring. That's it. There's no summer, there's no fall, there's winter, warm, spring. Alright, so. Now, I remember going to these stores with a full truckload, like fucking 25 to 30 pallets of nothing but toilet paper. Yeah, keep that in mind. And not the cheap shit either, like Charmin, the good stuff. So at least people were taking care of their ass while this is going on. But I get it. I was treated like I was the greatest thing ever as soon as I arrived. I was like the fucking golden goose as soon as I arrived. It was so bad that you had employees, as soon as the manager would say, oh, you're the toilet paper load? As soon as I'd show up, the manager would let everybody know, and they'd come grab, they immediately, off the truck, the pallets, as he's pulling the one pallet off, they'd come up and come grab, a big old bundle of themselves. When I'm saying bundle, I was literally bringing in, not the 4-pack, not the 6-pack, the 20, 30 roll packs, the big old fuckers. They would come and grab those immediately. Now, they weren't grabbing, they were grabbing one at a time, pretty much. It was one employee would grab one, and then they'd leave. And they'd go, put it aside somewhere so they could buy it when they're off. That felt weird. And what was even more weird is they were thanking him, not me for bringing it. They were thanking him. I'm sitting here yo, I brought it. This is here because of me. He didn't will it over here. They're good sports about it. I was poking fun anyways. But, I laughed about it. They all laughed about it. Still didn't even thank you. Fuck you guys. Because that a light load, by the way. Light load to have in that area in the winter. Light load. But I only did that at Costco. I literally was fucking 2.5 weeks straight of toilet paper runs. It was the weirdest thing. Like, I have never seen anything like that. There's a truck by the window. That's a noisy truck. Some weird ass whistling going on. But the weirdest thing, I've never seen anything like that. Then I made a crucial mistake. Because, yeah, miles were flowing. I mean, well, that dedicated anyways. I was guaranteed 3,000 miles a week. So but I didn't want to do that. I was only doing that dedicated to help out my DM. Because I was like, I'm from Wyoming. I don't want to fucking be here every day and have a greater risk of something happening to me. Like, I don't like gambling that much. Yeah, I'll be fine. But do I really want to rely on everybody else not hitting me? Like, here we go. Prime example, okay? First day solo. Literally my first fucking day solo. I'm on I-80 doing this route. And I come up, I'm heavy at this time. Like, I'm heavy. I'm 40,000 pounds. It's snowing. It's not slick. There was a couple slick spots though. Like, I left Salt Lake. Got just past Evanston. No, just past the Sisters. There's a couple little hills. Okay. I know most people won't know the Sisters. You will. If you're getting into the trucking field, you will learn about the Sisters. Respect them. There are 3 giant hills, and 2 of them are a giant U shape. Respect them. They're like 6% grades, and they get very slick in the winter. They're just east of Evanston. They're like 20 minutes from, probably 15 minutes from Evanston. You'll go through all 3 of them back to back. So if you're through on Wyoming I-80, respect them, because if you don't, and you don't know how to like slow down on ice going down a hill, you're gonna wipe out. But back to where I was going. So I get past that area. I'm heading east because I'm heading towards Denver. I'm like, these Costco loads were always like fucking cramming as much in there as you can legally and just go. Take it. Go. So even those fucking toilet paper loads are fucking stacked double high all the way through the bag. But this is like one of the few loads before I started doing the toilet paper loads. My first solo night, I get east of the Sisters. I crest this hill. It wasn't a big hill, but it was a hill enough where I actually had to put some power down to climb it. As soon as I did, I felt a slight kick. Luckily, I not deal with winter experience, like, because I literally grew up in it. Like, winter, y'all think you know winter. I was born in it, molded by it, But literally, it's as simple as letting off the fucking fuel, and just immediately as soon as I did, that truck crapped and corrected itself. Well, I corrected it, but and just back to normal. It was just that one spot. Back up to this hill, top of this hill, not a very big one. I mean, it was very slight. It was also a slight curve at the same time. And I look up to the right, and there's a fucking U-Haul with a little trailer off in the fucking ditch. It's like, okay, it's gonna start getting slick for other people, not me. And then not even an hour later, I cross another little hill, and then I see a fucking long line of red lights. First night, stand still on the interstate. Yep. And that was 5 hours. So the way these dedicated runs were, you took your full 10 hours. On a normal day, it's like 9 hours, 9.5 hours from Salt Lake to Denver, back and well, you go one way and then you come back the next day. So it was every other day you changed direction because you slept at the Costco's, which plus about dedicated. Most time dedicated, they'll let you sleep there because that's like one of the benefits. All right, but anyways, back to what COVID was like. Again, I'm getting sidetracked. So, end of March, I said, take me off this. I don't want to do this. I said I'd do it for you for 2 weeks. It's been a month now. Take me off it. So they did. I went OTR. Driving. Mistake. My DM was one of the watching freight watching freight. He was trying to keep me rolling with the good freight, keep before it all came shutting down. Because at this time, everything was still open. The ports were still open. Warehouses were still open. Everything was still open. It wasn't until April where really everything kept shutting down, like middle of April especially. So, at the time, middle of April, I shut down. I got stranded, literally. Not like, it wasn't like, there was just, it pretty much, I guess, I did 3,000 to 3,200 and it ended in SoCal. And that was the worst timing because as soon as I shut down SoCal, and this is literally in, like, Riverside? Yeah. So at least it was in the good part of LA, SoCal, but it was still SoCal. The whole place is still shit. But I shut down there, and that's when freight, literally, everything shut down. Ports closed, warehouses closed. That's when literally everything shut down. East was still running. But when I see things shut down, in like 9 days, I only did like one load. In 17 days, I did like, or 14 days, I did like 1,700 miles. That hurts. That hurts. And when trucks aren't moving, reefer was moving still. Not as much as they were, but still. But when you have your trucks, I mean, this is also around the same time, flatbed completely gone. Car hauler, gone. Companies were starting to close. And like within 3 months, 4 months later, truck companies were out of business. I mean, you need money to be able to roll, and if you're not moving loads, you're not getting money. They still got bills to pay, right? I mean, insurance for trucking companies isn't cheap. It's not cheap. But this made me rethink. Cause I actually went home for like 2 to 3 months. I was like, what do I want to do? So that's how I got, when I did 1,700 miles, it's because I forced them to get me up to Salt Lake. There wasn't anything anyways. And that one, when I shut down, at one point, like the first week, they had 83 trucks waiting for a load. 83. And it was first come, first serve. So depending on when you got there and shut down, you may have a load, you may never have a load. And I had a car, I saw headlights and then disappeared, so I was looking for them. I don't know whether or not they got behind me or not, but 83 trucks. And then like 4 or 5 days later, you had like 53. It didn't get any better. And my team was trying to get me up to the terminal anyways, just because it's cheaper for them. Yeah, it's I don't need to idle the truck as much up in Salt Lake because it's not, it's easier to stay warm than it is to stay cool. At least in the truck, it's cheaper wise, fuel wise. But so they got me at Salt Lake, and I was like, I almost quit trucking. I almost did. I was like, this made me go home for 2 or 3 months. I think it was like 2. And I thought, I took a long thought. And I was like, you know what? I think I know what part of the issue was. We're gonna go back out reefer. And yeah, that's how I got into reefer. But even then, when I came out, it was only like end of June. So, I mean, I only went home for like a month and a half, I guess. But came out. Now, keep in mind, shippers and receivers don't like truckers. Most of the ones I go to. Oh, I need to use the restroom. Oh, too bad. Like, what? Fucking it's a human decency thing. Honestly, to me, it's a human right. Like, I should be allowed to use the fucking bathroom. I don't give a shit there's fucking messy truckers out here. They're not me. Let me use the fucking bathroom. So, that's always been an issue. But then, yeah, truck stops closing. You can't get food. Grocery stores are closing. You can't get food. You can't use the restroom. Luckily, some of the drive-thrus, by the way, fast food drive-thrus do not like you at the truck walking up to the window. I try to do it anyways, depending where I'm at, but most of them tell you, no, come in. But you had certain ones, it was weird. You actually had people for the longest time who hated fucking trucks, hated you or your presence, all of a sudden be like, yeah, come by, come sit in our parking lot, Bobtail, we'll come bring you food. Come park on the street outside our business, we'll come bring you food. When I say we were literally couldn't feed ourselves, those when I was talking about the fucking fast food places doing that, even then I was like 2 weeks later. And all of a sudden became like the news attention started focusing on trucking, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, look at these guys, we're rolling, they're trying to keep us rolling. Because that TP load, by the way, we were 3 weeks behind trying to keep freight up. We bring it in, and within not even a day later, everything's off the shelves. So we were 3 weeks behind up the demand. We were trying our best to keep it on the shelves. It wasn't like we just weren't moving. We were moving more than we'd ever moved, all year. It was just the demand for it was so strong, we were playing catch up. But then you're now at this point where it's like you can't eat. Freight's still moving slowly. I mean, when I was with Night again, I came back out with Night. It was a night drive in, came back out with Night, switched to reefer. Because also, they wouldn't just let me switch divisions. I had to quit anyways, just to fucking switch division, which was stupid. Because in order to switch divisions, need your approval, but they don't want to let you go. So I said, well, I'll just quit and fucking rehire when I'm, fucking take that loophole. And as long as I reapply within 90 days, I don't need to get a reapproved again. So it's quicker to get rolling again. So Night, when I was with Night, I was doing about average of 2,200 miles a week. That's still shitty for reefer, but I was rolling a lot more than I was driving. Because driving at the time, those guys they weren't rolling very well. They were still struggling to get loads. And so now, the reason why I quit nights because I found new companies because I'm a night guy. I don't like days, and that's simple as that. I like reefer. Found out I like reefer a lot more than I like dry van. Dry van, I also quit dry van too because another reason other than lack of loads. I don't like going to port yards. I'm sorry, but 53 fucking trailers should not be going to 40 to 45, 48 foot fucking yards, port yards, because they're always cramped. And then these motherfuckers are like, oh, you've been here for 30 minutes. Hurry up. You only have a 30-minute limit. It's like, bitch, do you want me to fucking hit your shit? No, just shut up. I literally actually fucking snapped at one guy, one security, and came out like, oh, you've been here for an hour. I've been trying not to fucking hit your fucking trailers when you had these 40 foots, and you had them spaced with 40 foot. It's like 6 inches apart. There's not enough gap between the rows for me to squeeze in there, and then swing in. I put the trailer in, I can't swing in. So if I meaning the front, the tractor's trying to swing it in. But if I get the spot where I can swing the tractor in, my tail swings in and takes the trailer out the back. You think, you see the problem here? You see the problem? Now, when exactly did things start opening up for truckers? Restaurant-wise, in the truck stops, oh god, those are only like 4 months ago? For the restaurant, 3 months ago? So pretty much 8-9 months for restaurants. It was really weird. We couldn't even reuse a cup to get soda or nothing. It was really weird. Oh, and they did this one thing where they're like, you can't get your own drinks. We have to get your drinks. It's like, what? Oh, I forgot about this too. And we couldn't shower. They were fucking closing the goddamn showers. That was the weirdest fucking thing. So not only are we still doing pretty much the only fucking people keeping this country rolling at this point, they won't let us shower. Like, they still have like 2 people working there. Have one. I bet you all truckers would understand and still be thankful that you keep the showers clean. If you and understand it was gonna, everything's gonna take longer because if you only had 2 people work, one's gonna run the registers and one's gonna clean the showers. We'll gladly take that. We'll gladly understand and fucking work with you. Nobody's getting mad. Well, I mean, you're still gonna have those very rare people who are like, oh, this is taking too long. Fucking rage. I guarantee you most truckers want to shower. Most. Yeah, so that was weird. By the way, how do some truckers keep themselves clean? Wipes. They wipe themselves. Oh, but then again, hey, look, we can't buy baby wipes. Because those, no, besides toilet paper, baby wipes, cleaning supplies, diapers. Well, I just mentioned diapers because it was part of the things that couldn't stay on shelves. Like, the hoarding that was going on made no fucking sense. Now, I can understand diapers, but there's ways to clean a baby's bottom plus other things than just fucking baby wipes. Some of the things people are buying off the shelves that were also needed by many other people. Now, sure, I was still working. Yeah, you feel like you're still working. Yeah, okay. But guess what? You're at home. At this point, nobody can evict you. So even if you weren't paying your bills, most states at this point made rules that they can't turn the power off. They can't evict you. You were getting help with food. And, I mean, there's a lot of fucking things that are being made. Besides, not everybody at home was fucking relied hourly money too. Some were salary. Teachers. I mean, they got to sit on home and get paid for nothing, you know? That's why they're still getting paid. A lot of office people were getting paid that were, like, you know, career people, obviously, were salaried. We got home, we get paid. But we, as truckers, actually had a role. We were still out here keeping things rolling. And we couldn't eat, couldn't shit, couldn't shower. I mean, taking a leak's a lot easier than taking a shit. I mean, they were closing fucking actual necessities, needs that we needed, keeping them away from us. Oh, but yes, we've got to come in and buy our fuel. But no, you can't go shower. You can't fucking buy a drink. Can't buy food. So what do you want us here for? Just buy your fuel, though. Okay, fine. We need that too. But again, yes, I understand. Just because we're still able to work does not mean everybody at home didn't have money. Okay. And also, just because you're at home, then have emergency savings. It's not also our fault. Like, it's not our fault. See, but yes, I understand. But also, like, also you had a lot of companies closing down too, truck companies that will never come back. Never. That's a lot of freight that will never get moved because of that. Now, honestly, the industry's still playing catch up. It's still playing catch up. For example, the chip shortage. That's a domino effect. We're the last step that gets it to you. But they're predicting right now that chip shortage, that means cars, TVs, because TVs are now starting to get hit by it, computers, everything that needs that chip, meaning the processors. Oh, it's not going to return to normal for another couple of years. At least 23, 24 till the demand finally lifts up enough for it can catch up. Hell, UPS and FedEx 14 months later is still saying they're having a hard time keeping up the demand of freight needing to be removed or needing to be moved around because of how many people are still buying online. Well, you don't realize that affects everybody. That's a huge demand on the system that's never had that. So it's never had to adjust to that. Wasn't ready for it. So trucks, yeah, we're also getting hit by freight demands that they're not used to. So we went from too much freight demand where we couldn't keep up to not enough, things went out of business, and then the other things I said, to now I'm back to normal. I mean, reefer's been running nonstop anyways. If you want good job security, reefer can move dry and heated and cooled loads. It's job security. So what you always need is food and medicine. So even when everything else shuts down, you can still move it. You can still move those. And let me tell you, I did a lot of dry loads also as a reefer. Because it's convenience. Hey, you're a reefer company. Oh, there's a dry load? Go grab it. Just turn the reefer off. Simple as that. But I mean, I'm doing fucking that average of I just did an average of 3,100 miles in the month of May. That was with me missing a week of like 10 days, pretty much. I missed 10 days between April and May. Full week of that was in May. So, yeah. So I mean, reefer's fine. Flatbed's rolling again because things are opening back. Things have been opened up for a while. I mean, sure, 9 months is where most of the pain came into. So after the 9 months, things have kind of opened up again, and things are flowing. But honestly, when fucking 50% of the U.S. adults are fucking vaccinated at this point, it should be opened up anyways. It should be full open. Texas proved that. Texas fucking proved that, hey. But I try to keep my videos non-political because it pisses people off. But, I mean, some of the decisions they made no sense. But I'll avoid that. But that's really what it came down to. It's like, some of you guys may have been curious what it was like. Were you guys at home? You've seen trucks. I mean, let me tell you, traffic, by the way, I do miss that. Traffic COVID, there was literally none, except for trucks. It was really weird seeing no cars on the road, but just trucks. And I remember one time going from I-5 NorCal down I-5 SoCal. I saw like 7 trucks, and that's like a 4-hour drive. I was like, this is weird, but kind of nice. My job wasn't that stressful then, because it's not the truck that trying to run you off the road. Minus a few of them. A few of them are fucking complete assholes. Oh, you're going 1 mile per hour slower than this guy. And this guy's getting past. Like, you're going 64 and you get past at 65. I'm going to run this guy off the road, as soon as he gets over. Yeah, that's usually what happens. Guys, let me tell you a secret. You ready for it? 65 is still faster than 64. He still is allowed to pass. Shocking, I know. I know. Cool your fucking jets. But the cars are most of the problem down here anyways. Most of the fucking... How? I just had a fucking drunk driver fucking what the road wants, fixed it. I mean, he was going like 100 miles an hour. Cut this on my dash cam. You'll see it probably after this video. And then like a few fucking seconds later, he's leaving the road again and he spins out into a guardrail. Car problem, look, car. 90% of the fucking car wrecks involving trucks are cars. They initiated it. But this video's been 26 minutes long. I didn't mean to go this long, but there you go. So, hey, you guys stay safe out there. Bye!